fortress. So this fortress on the entrance to the Bay of Kotor still belongs to Croatia, believe it or not. And then behind this fortress there is an international, state border between Croatia and Montenegro. So the only way for people to get to this fortress is from land. We cannot possibly anchor here to visit the fortress because we already checked out of Croatia, and our next stop should be at the customs, but then we would be checked in Montenegro and we won't be able to go back to Croatia. So this is why we're only exploring this fortress from outside, just looking at it. It looks very nice, very majestic. We are in the Bay of Kotor. So this is our first day. Yesterday we just arrived and checked in, spent 2 hours at the customs thanks to the boat in front of us. And we spent the night in this bay, in the very northern part of the bay. Very quiet little town, shallow waters. You can see by the color of the water that it is very shallow. Lots of fishing nets, and we're trying to avoid them. And today we are going to, in the very, very deep, the deepest part of the bay, to the little town called Pizan, and we'll check it out. The weather forecast for today, as you can hear probably, it's very windy and it's going to be even worse.
A big yacht, super yacht, going right after us, and look, and ferry right in front of us.
It's a narrow passage between two parts of the Bay of Kotor, actual Bay of Kotor, and Perast and Bay of Rizan. And our captain is nervously monitoring the situation.
And little motorboats, and this, look at that, it's coming closer and closer.
And this huge guy is just after us, looking very intimidating. And right in front of us there is a little town called Perast, and we are going to spend some time there, maybe have lunch, and then we'll go to a different town for a night. We are in the town called Perast. Alex is at the entrance of the museum, but museum does not work today on Monday. We just tour in the town.
Oh, look at that yacht entering the bay.
So there are lots of people here. It's one of the most visited towns.
So this is famous for those two islands.
In Bay of Kotor, I don't know, maybe in the whole Montenegro, there are two islands in the middle of this little bay. Monastery. The island is called Our Lady of Rocks Island. So, and we are going in the old town. I already showed the museum. Here it is again, and this is the town. Very authentic. Old houses are old, original, It's really cute. We tried finding a place to moor yesterday, but we failed, and you can see why.
You understand why?
So, very busy. I'm not sure that the depth is enough for a sailboat, but also it would be difficult to moor. Yeah, this is the pier, but I don't think it was that one. Oh yeah, that's the
pier.
Yeah, that's the pier. The problem is, because this island or this town is very popular, there are lots of tourists here, and the tourist boat coming and going every few minutes, and the pier should be kept clear for those boats. So I don't think we'll be able to stay here for a long time. Yeah, but also, well, for money, I think it's, if you pay, you can stay here. But it is very busy here, very loud. So I don't think we would want to stay here. So instead, we not anchored. We moored at a quay in the next town, which is just 3 kilometers away from this one, and we walked here. Palace from the 18th century open. The hotel. Looks fancy. Let's go inside a little bit.
This is part of the hotel. No,
It is a part of the hotel. But we can look a little bit inside.
17th century. So this whole town is not that old.
Maybe they rebuilt this
Yeah.
part of the town.
17th and 18th century. Lots of very fancy hotels. Overall, restaurants are more expensive than the old town Dubrovnik, which is pretty crazy. I think what all those two little islands, that's what brings people here.
Oh, the town as well.
Церква Святого Никола, 17th century. Почта Черной горы. What is this? Look at that.
I think they just installed it like yesterday.
What happened? On June 22nd, 1624, pirates from Tunisia, supported by the Ottoman Empire, attacked the town, plundered and burned it, killed many civilians, and took lots of people hostage. But the town never surrendered. The survivors rebuilt the town, collected and paid ransom money to rescue their relatives from captivity. Now it was clear to us why the town had a newer architecture compared to its neighbors.
If you are on the boat, I think your best bet would be to moor in Rizan. Free mooring at the quay. Not many boats can fit there, probably 3-4, because you have to moor along the quay. We didn't try mooring stern to because there is heavy traffic in that area, and our anchor probably would be dragged from all these boats coming and going into the pier, into the marina. And as a big boat, you're mooring outside of the marina on the quay. So
Okay, we have no wind, no boats. So Vika is practicing.
disclaimer.
You're going backwards and spinning around in different directions. Where are you going now? Okay, you're going forward now? See, it's still going forward. It's backwards, right? A little bit more. No, more. Yeah, that's it. Well, we stayed here for 2 nights. Found a new friend. We
Barely alive.
barely arrived, so we are trying to rescue a little kitten. Feeding kitten foie gras. Really expensive foie gras, so kitten ate foie gras and water.
He got very excited.
So this is the end, the far end of Kotor Bay. The water is not clean, as you can see. Warm but never clean. Overall, yeah, the Bay of Kotor is not super clean. Too many towns around it, and the water just sits here like a lake.
So we'll go around Our Lady of Rocks island.
Yeah, so
There is some type of church or monastery on it. And
we'll film it a little bit.
yeah, daily tours. Probably every few minutes, a boat is going and taking tourists from the land
Yeah.
to the islands. And I'm happily navigating us to
Yes,
those
yes.
islands. We are going along the port of Montenegro. It's one of the check-in points, the check-out points, custom points. Also lots of super yachts moored here. You can see world famous, yeah, Black Pearl is right there. This one, I don't know what it is. And that's another one. And our goal is the fuel station. Oh, I see the fuel tanks.
We are leaving Montenegro and the Bay of Kotor. The checkout was quick and easy, except we had to wait for a huge cruise yacht to check out all their crew, but it wasn't that bad. So, after spending a week in the Bay of Kotor, what did we like better, Croatia or Montenegro? Or how do these two countries compare? Comparing Croatian coastline with closed bay is not a very fair comparison, but we'll do our best. Views. Croatia has thousands and thousands of islands, little and big bays with different geography and vegetation for any taste. Bay of Kotor is nice. The Black Mountains in the background are majestic, but it doesn't offer the Croatian variety. And with such amount of uninhabited and low-populated islands, you can always find your personal paradise in Croatia, which is impossible in Montenegro. The Bay of Kotor is super crowded. This brings us to the next point, cleanliness of water. The Bay of Kotor is dirty, period. After spending an Adriatic 4 sailing seasons, we were unpleasantly surprised to see how polluted is the Bay of Kotor. We are not talking about the Atlantic coast of Montenegro. We didn't explore it. Next, sightseeing. The town of Kotor is very nice. So is Perast. But if you think of Croatia, where almost every town offers rich history and unique architecture, our preference is pretty obvious. Now food, very important. Food in restaurants is similar in taste and quality, but cheaper in Montenegro. Although in Perast we noticed that in some restaurants food was more expensive than even in Old Town Dubrovnik. But generally Montenegro is cheaper. And from the sailing point of view, marinas are cheaper in Montenegro, so is the boat maintenance. And you can moor for free on quays in some towns or anchor for free in front of some towns. But you can find free mooring in Croatia as well. So, our conclusion. If you have time to visit both countries, do it. Similar Balkan culture and history, but completely different experience. If you're looking for a budget vacation, probably go to Montenegro, although you can spend lots of money in Montenegro as well. If you do not have much time, go to Croatia. You will be blown away by the beauty of its bays, islands and towns. But again, it's just our subjective feeling. Let us know in the comments below if you have a different opinion. And thank you for watching.